think when we decided on the title, we then knew that we had to make it a broad brushstroke of everything that impacted in the safety, health and well-being of women in sport. So I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to chatting to more of you at lunchtime, and thank you once again for being with us today.
Because the concept of caring for oneself is not a priority in any community, and sometimes it can be frowned upon if a woman says, I want to go and play a sport.
As I got older, just a year ago, I put on the hijab and I was hit with so many barriers. And one of the main ones for me was the kit.
Despite our commitment and abilities, we're reduced to a stereotype, perceived as outsiders. This wasn't just a careless remark, it reflected a deeper issue of systemic exclusion.
To hear directly about the type of clothes that sports teams are wearing, to hear about the timings, if it impacts on their cultural life, then we have to take account of that. Sport is a great opportunity to break down cultural barriers and give people a better acceptance and understanding of how other people live their lives. I therefore feel a huge sense of responsibility to ensure that women and girls have access to sport and physical activity opportunities that will support them to be healthy and thrive.
How do you stand up for women's football in a social media context and create a safe space when your club is renowned accepted as? If anybody has an answer, please feel free, emails or whatever else.
So this is a tool that those young people can use. They don't actually need to necessarily talk to anybody about it. It's all done online, which is pretty good for kind of starting off on that journey with your own mental health and well-being.
And it's just an incredible resource that I wish had been available when I was younger and struggling with my own mental health.
This is not delightful. And period pants changed my life. I put them on, I was like, oh, these guys, I like these. Watch out, netball court, here I come.
Hi, my name's Emily Devine. I'm one of the Scottish Women in Sport Digital Committee members, and we're just going to ask some of our attendees for their thoughts in the morning and what they're looking forward to this afternoon.
When you hear the stories of the individuals, be it around disability or race and ethnicity, how they're empowering women in health, I think all of those matter across sport, but in particular, they matter for Scottish Women in Sport.
Coaches must consider my disability, but they have to ensure that it does not hinder my participation. They cannot use my disability as an excuse for something not being safe.
The two sports I've taken part in have both been really good. There's always teething problems, that's always going to happen, because basically people who don't have this disability don't know what to do.
Well, I was inspired by all of the speakers this morning, particularly the girls from Scottish Disability Sport. So it's incredible to hear about Laura being a cyclist and now a bowler, demonstrates that you can change between sports. Just bringing to life some real examples that help us think about, as leaders in sport, how we can support a more inclusive environment.
The message is that we want more opportunities to be available locally to people with disabilities. Make your sport relatable, use inclusive language and terminology, have that welcoming inclusive environment, and just get people involved, and from there your programmes will grow and grow and grow.
Can you tell us a little bit about the work that you do with athletes at Edinburgh Practice?
Yeah, so we have the privilege of working with female athletes across a wide range of sports in Scotland, and we have loved doing that, and we've been really encouraged by, I suppose our focus is obviously mental health, and we've been really encouraged by the prioritisation that across many sporting bodies of mental health now for women in sport.
What are you guys most looking forward to then in the afternoon part of today's conference?
I think we've enjoyed the variety that's there, even though it's under the common theme, but really just every speaker has been really inspiring. So really looking forward to the afternoon.
As Fiona said, the variety, I think hearing later on this afternoon about needing male allies is a very important issue that I'll be looking forward to hearing more about.
I think British gymnastics need to adopt a proactive rather than reactive stance in kind of challenging these cultures that they've inherited. I'd say the new leadership, they have not created them.
And so when I came across a coach that promised me the world and told me he could help me achieve my dreams, I was pretty much willing to do anything. And he knew that. And my welfare and my well-being was not prioritised, not by my coach, not by my governing body, and not by anyone around me, including myself. Because I was quite public about telling my own story, people came to us looking for advice, looking for support, and we now run a support service where we handhold athletes through reporting procedures. We try to get justice where situations perhaps haven't turned out the way athletes were looking for them to. And we help other organisations improve the support that they provide to their sports communities.
We need to get to the point where sport is half run by men, half run by women. How do we do this together? How do those men and women who believe in the same social aims come together? And that's what it's great there are men in this room. Thank you.
I think with the people that have been in the room today, they're all people that are interested to learn and to know more, and the feeling in the room was we were delivering what they wanted to hear. It's the next step that we have to do that's challenging, but I'm looking forward to figuring out what that is and helping to work to make that solution.